Hey y'all, what's up? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like I was going to trying to figure out like was I supposed to make a post? Did I want to make a post? Did I not want to make a post? Like I don't. Oh, it's so much. Okay, so everybody was participating in the post. I saw clips of the Pat McAfee show. I don't watch it religiously, like every week, but I do watch it every once in a while. And now that I know that he's the host of Raw, I kind of want to watch that too. I know he's a football guy. He used to play, for the Colts and stuff like that. He's from Pittsburgh, so I know, being my dad's from Pittsburgh, that Pittsburgh is a real football city. Okay, like yes, yes they have a hockey team, yes they have a baseball team, but when the Steelers play, okay, niggas is outside, rain, sleet, snow, shine, hail, tornado could be coming through. They sitting in that stadium and they don't have a dome. I don't understand why. I said this before, why cold places don't have domes. And I know sometimes it's be like, oh, because if we get a lot of snow, it weighs heavy, the dome can encave. Find something that's weatherproof. Okay? This press conference, first of all, I love that the press conference started with Pat, Cole, Big E, and CM Punk. What I love about it is the mixture of opinions. So Cole he's been with the company probably almost 30 years. I've been watching WWE on and off since 96. He's been with the company, okay? Because I remember when it was him and like the King, Jerry the King Lawler, and then when it was him and Jim Ross and stuff like that, like doing the announcing, and then when Booker T did announcing, and then I think Taz did it a little bit before he went to AEW. But it's just so he's PC. He's going to say whatever the company wants him to say. Of course, he doesn't want to lose his job. He's been there 30 years, right, wrong, indifferent. He's going to say it. That's why when he said the thing about Mercedes and Trinity, like, we're very disappointed in them. Corey ain't say a thing. He just made a face like, okay. Like, if you watch that back, because that's the week I started watching. And if you watch it back, he's like, I ain't going to say all that, but I ain't going to say, what he said. I'm just not going to say nothing. And then, CM Punk don't care. He going to say whatever. The only reason why he cleaned up some of his answers at the end is because he realized who he worked for. I feel like, and I don't know what the contract entails, but I know if he would probably said something slick out the mouth, he would have been found or fired. Okay. Then you got Pat, who just rejoined. He does other stuff, so this is like not his main source of income or whatever, which is good for him because whether he quits or gets fired, he still got a bag coming in. But he wants to say certain stuff. You could tell he's fan mixed with worker, like me. Like, I don't want to know none of the surprises ahead of time. If I was working, I would be like Pat, like, but not in a sense like that. But like, don't tell me none of the surprises. Don't just be like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen. Let me look and be like how he was, or when he did the Jey Uso thing on Raw. Like, let me be that. So he was giving his perspective from a fan view, because he was saying certain stuff. He's like, ooh, that was a good promo. That's what he said at the end. That's what he meant. Then before that, he said, it seems like they were going to, then he looked over and then got quiet. Like, I forgot I worked for them. I can't say this on here. If I was doing Pat McAfee live without being signed to WWE, I could say this on my show. And then Big E, of course, everybody loves him. We are waiting for him to come back. I asked, when was he going to come back? Is he going to be like Nikki Bella, Bryan Daniel, Edge, Paige, who said they couldn't come back, but ended up coming back anyway to wrestle? Or is he going to be like it's like Titus? You know what I'm saying? Like how Titus no longer wrestles. He does stuff with organizations outside of the ring, like the Boys and Girls Club and mentoring programs and all this other stuff. Like, is he going to do that? I will say towards the end. Okay. First they brought out Bianca, and I understand that She's on the cover of 2K24, which I was very thrilled about, making history again, not only as the first woman on there, but being the first black woman on there. And then her being on that one, and then the one that has WrestleMania 40 with all the iconic stars. She's one of the females up there. Like, I think it's her and Becky. So that's crazy for her to be technically on 2 covers. But, like, honestly, she didn't have to come. Like, I understand that you want her there. She's such a mega star, stuff like that. But low-key, she could have zoomed in. Like, she flew across the country, had to pay for a hotel to make a 3-minute speech. Like, I don't know if they had some engagement or something like that after that, but she could have stayed and did that at the house. Okay? Then it was Rhea. Was it Rhea coming out? So Rhea came out. Then I want to know, was Bianca's outfit made or did she buy it? And not in the sense like being funny, but like, you know, she sells her own gear. And I was like, that's very, very, I've never seen something like that. But I would assume that she bought that only because she knows how to make dresses and gear that fits her perfectly. Like before I got into watching wrestling again real bad, I found her randomly on YouTube and she was showing like how to make like a spandex dress and stuff like that, or a dress for a red carpet that she made. And I was like, if this person, so I'm assuming she bought it because the bottoms fit well, but the top was a little loose. Now, unless it's supposed to be like that by design. But it was still cute. I wonder, because since she's made such a name for herself, if she would ever like get rid of the ponytail every once in a while, or will that be a thing? Because like I said, I don't see her going heel. I see her staying the face, kind of like John Cena was. Excuse me. And then Rhea came out beat down. You hear me? I don't know who does her makeup, but she looked gorgeous. Her makeup was everything. I love those purple shoes that she wears every time she comes out. She got her hair layered and trimmed. I said okay with the layers, along with Cody, who got his roots touched up because they blonde, like platinum blonde, you know. Of course, I tell y'all I'm a hair person, so I noticed. That's like one of the first things I noticed. I was like, okay, hair. Anything that has to do with makeup, hair, and I don't even wear makeup like that, but like you could tell. Like when I watched Raw on Monday, I tweeted, I said, Jay got a haircut. I said, and that blue is gone. I said, first of all, you could tell because when it's wet, he came out, you know, with a wet or condition, whatever. His sides are faded down more. I was like, and around here. But I was like, that little like rat or mullet thing he has, I was like, that's not as long and it's thick. So Raw was interesting too. I still ain't watched NXT yet. I gotta watch it because Mello was on one on Vengeance Day. But excuse me. So yeah, so then Rhea came out, so then Becky came out. And I was like, what? But then I was like, I should know that Becky was gonna be there, her husband's there. And that makes sense. And they always travel together with their daughter, which they mentioned before. I don't know if this is a rat. What is going on? But yeah, so they always travel with her, and so I assume she's gonna come out there and say whatever she had to say to Rhea, especially since she won the Elimination Chamber, being a contender against Shayna. So she assumes that's her title. I don't want it to be her title. I don't want it to be, honestly. And now today that we know that Bianca won, I like her. I wanted Michin to win, but I'm going to get into Smackdown later. But I want someone else to get. I want Rhea to have an equal or better match this year for WrestleMania than she had last year with Charlotte. That's what I want. I really do. Because you can't go from here, match, and then go down here. Like, if you want to bring us down a little bit, the match is not going to be exciting. At least go from like here to here. Don't bring us down with somebody who doesn't know ring presence, doesn't get the crowd hype. It's okay wrestling with other people. Not great. And I say that because all of them obviously are signed to a major contract. So they obviously had something special about them and they could wrestle. But I'm like, certain people, you can tell only practice with certain people and only wrestle with against some certain people. Like, they go to a ring, at least a certain person with a certain style. Because when they get in a ring with people with other styles, they're like, it's like they're lost or they're slow moving. Versus someone who, okay, I'm going to train with you tomorrow. I'm going to train with you next week. I'm going to train with you next week. So if I have to wrestle this person like you, that has a similar style like you, someone like a similar style like you, I know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Some people don't got that. So I just want it to be a great match. Bianca and her had talked about wrestling each other. It'd be nice for them two to wrestle each other, but who knows what that would be like. They came out. I think they started fighting or hitting each other. Nick and them had to come out. That was cool. So then, watching Seth, I watched a photo of Seth with his shoes, black shoes with the white bows, and he was like, "You like these?" And I was like, I responded on X like, "I gotta see the rest of the outfit. Like, you can't just show me shoes and I'm gonna be like, ooh." But ironically though, I'm a person that buys when I'm buying, like, say I'm buying a whole new wardrobe, I buy the shoes first. And then I'll pick out how I want to style or what I should wear with the shoes or what kind of style or what colors to use. So if my shoes got like pink, purple, white, yellow, I'm gonna pick something that got like two of the colors for a shirt and then, wear jeans or something like that. Like, that's how I've always dressed. Because I try to do it the opposite way and it don't work for me. Like, I don't, or if I had some shoes in mind that I'm going to buy and I see an outfit, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to get that. And I'm like, I know this is perfect shoes, but I can't do it up, down. I got to go from bottom up. I don't know why I'm like that. I think it's because I worked at Foot Locker and Champs. So it's just easier. I don't know. Okay, so then, my eye, child. Yeah, so then he comes out. Cody comes out. Why is everything wanting out? Okay. Cody comes out and he has on green, which is, lime green is my favorite color, but I love green too. It's money green. Someone was like, he has a outfit in black, maroon, and so, I don't be paying attention like that. I just be, starting last year, I used to be like, what does he have on? But as the last like year and a half progressed, his style, I think it's gotten better. I think the style is now tailored more to Cody's persona. I say Kobe's persona. Kobe's persona of Seth with his style mixed with, and then they like share opinions. And I think versus last year, it was more so just his style and then Seth wearing it. That's what I think. If that makes sense. So, yeah, so he came out and then he was about to say something about Cody. And Roman comes out. Which, yeah, like I said, I love the outfit. The green sets off the gold for his belt. The shoes tie in with the buckles and stuff. The hair is pinned up. He has nice fade around. The man bun is tight and all that. And then the glasses are good. No, I would say the only thing, the glasses were okay. They looked a little big, and I know he said he likes big glasses. He wears a lot of them. But, like, my glasses are big. His are, like, a little bit, Like the lens part was like down here, but then it went up over his nose, and it was halfway off his cheeks. Looked like to me. I don't know. It looked more like a half a visor. But he come out. Then Roman comes out, and Seth was like, they just like, look who came to work today. And he's like, how you doing, big brother? And Roman comes out about, and look at you, looking in the white shoes. He was laughing and stuff like that. And said, are you just mad because I can dance circles around you? And I was like, why everybody come to this press conference thing looking semi-decent? Like, even if Rhea didn't have on a suit, she had on like a nice pair of jeans and one of her, I think her shirts. And she, I guess, because Roman, I think he had his shirt on. I'm like, Roman just looked like he rolled out of bed, took a shower, brushed his teeth, put his hair up, and was like, let me get on this plane and do this. Like nothing else. Like his ponytail wasn't even all the way in. It was half in. So I was like, okay. So then when he said what he said, somebody was like, I love Seth and Roman's like friendship. Somebody was like, it's weird. And I was like, they throw the K-pop like jabs at each other every time they bring up one or the other. I was like, and that's it. But then when them two were talking, I was like, was that before or after? Oh, yeah, they were talking. I said, I see Seth versus Roman later on down the line in this year. I was like, and they don't even have to have a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be both of them have their title. One of them got a title. Neither one of them have their title. Like, let's do a run back. People been doing run back matches in the past year and a half. Let's do a run back of this match. Okay? People have gotten wiser. People have gotten better. I watched, I think, Seth on Logan Paul's show. And he was talking about he's been wrestling for 20 years. I think he's either my age or a year older than me. And he was like, well, almost 20 years. He said, when you're young, you want to show like off your skill, your strength, this, that, and the third. He said, as you get older, your body can't handle stuff as well. So you either try to divert certain moves and you work smarter. You know what I'm saying? So you might not be able to jump 1,000 feet off the ground, but you could do something that's just as impressive. It won't put your body, damage your body and stuff like that. And you go home at the end of the night, all your limbs all your limbs are intact, and have a great night, and then can go do it again. Like, so it would be interesting to see with them being older and stuff like that, how they will maneuver in the ring. I will see that. So then The Rock come out. Music, still love the music. People were chanting, and then first of all, Rock walked out and walked to the other side of the ring like an old man, like somebody old papa, and also it looks more like that because he don't have any hair. So he's walking like this, and then they had the camera up on him. Then he walked back. I said, he walked like an old man, or he walked like he ain't slept in 5 days. That poor man. I said, he here, but he ain't here. And I know people are probably going to be like, well, how did he cut like such a good promo? So when you've been doing something or you perfected a craft, you can do that in your sleep. You ain't got to be mentally present to do that. Like, trust me. As a single mom of a child that's considered special needs, it's certain stuff I know how to do automatic. I could be dead tired. I could be thinking about 10,000 things. My brain could be in bed still. I'm up. It's just automatic. You know what I'm saying? Or like if I'm at work and I'm doing certain tasks, which I've been doing for months or stuff like that, it's automatic. And I could be like, if I get up, I'm going to walk. I'm not even going to make it to the door. I'm going to pass out tired. It's stuff like you're on autopilot. I feel like with him walking in there doing the promos and stuff, he's on autopilot because I don't even know what movie projects he's coming out with or TV projects he's coming out with. And then on top of that, you're doing these interviews. Now you're on the board. And then you're a husband and a father. You're a son. You're part of this. Now you're part of the story. And then you're going to do something for NASCAR tomorrow. Like, just add another layer. Like, and then some people feel like, oh, he doesn't have to do anything, or people that are rich don't have to do certain things because they're rich. And this is true. But some people don't do it for the money. They do it for the legacy. They do it because that's what they love to do. And they give a voice from the outside perspective in, if that makes sense. So like Triple H being the CCO, he was doing that basically back when him and Batista had the beef. When I was watching the rivalries on A&E, he was like Batista was like, this is Triple H come with this idea. And I was like, so you've been doing this for 20 something years. Now you are in corporate doing it, because it's different when people are like, oh, the creatives told me that, but have a creative stepped in the ring. Like, it's different presenting stuff when you're on the outside looking in versus actually used to be in the inside. And now you're on the outside because you either quit or retired or got fired. And now you know what it feels like from a wrestler perspective, but you also know what it feels like from a business perspective. Like, that is the best of both worlds. And that's for any field, because I used to be like that when I worked in hospitality. And I'd be like, you can tell people that are in corporate never worked the bottom level or never worked at the mid-level or something like that, because they shooting out all these ideas and want certain stuff done at a certain time. But like, you can't get that done at a certain time. It's like, y'all just hire people because they have a business degree. Hire somebody with some experience inside or in the hospitality field that also has a business degree. Like, have both. And I feel like that's where a lot of businesses mess up at, honestly, from someone that has an HR degree with an accounting background and a marketing background. Like, I ain't even going to go down that road. But yeah, so so for him, I feel like it's more like a legacy. Like, your grandfather, I don't know if this is how true the story is from the TV show The Rock, but I watched every episode. So he was like, his grandfather was a stunt person in the movies or something like that, and he was in some movies. But his grandfather used to wrestle, and then he was real cool with like Apolozing or their grandfather. Or their parent, their dad. And then I think, I'm not sure which one it was. I can't remember. Because there's so many of them. Like, they deep. Okay? And then I think, like, he was cool with Apolozing. And then from the story I heard, they saw him getting, like, beat up in wrestling and went to try to help him. And they realized what it was. And then he helped get them into it. Or something like that. Paraphrasing, and I don't remember. So don't hold me accountable for that. But like, when your grandfather is that, and then your father was Rocky Johnson, the first black tag team partner, like in WWE history, and it's Black History Month, and then you're on 99% of people's Mount Rushmores for best wrestlers ever, and then now your daughter is the youngest general manager for NXT, who has been training to wrestle since she was 16. She's 21, 22 now. Like, that is such a legacy to have. And then you got cousins, all of them either work for WWE, we used to work for WWE, daggone uncles and stuff they used to work for WWE. Some of them passed, some of them are still here alive. A lot of them in the independent scene. Like, some of them married women or men that were in WWE or surprisingly in football. One or the other, but it's like you have such a deep legacy in it. Why not join the board and add another legacy to it? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the thing that I like about their family is they say, so I watched the promo back in the day of, this is going off on a tangent, the New Day, this was last year, matter of fact, it was a New Day and the Usos, and the New Day was talking about how they had to build their backs off of themselves because they're first generation, and then the Usos was like, you don't know what it's like to come from a family like ours and try to make a name for yourself. And I was like, I honestly don't know which one is harder. Like, I would want to say you coming in with a legacy, a family legacy, because if your family is excellent, they expect you to be like that, like show up, do this, do this, do this. But then I'm like, okay, you've done all this. What are you going to do to set yourself apart? Versus you coming in by yourself and then trying to make a name for yourself. I feel like the family thing is harder. But what I like about the family thing is even though it's so many of them, everybody has their own thing. Which is crazy because it's a lot of them. Okay? When The Rock came out, people were booing and cheering. Half of them was like, we want Rocky. Some of them said Cody sucks, or we want Cody, Rocky sucks, or whatever they were saying. And then somebody was like, it's wild how y'all booing this man, but y'all talking about the millions and millions. Like, I was like, I thought he was going to say, shut up. Like, I wanted him to say that to y'all so bad. But then when he said, he was about to say whatever he said, no. Because that's when The Rock came out, when Roman was like, I choose you, The Rock. And I said, he think it's going to be easier if he had to fight The Rock. It's not going to be easier. Like, second of all, Seth was like, that's not how it goes. How you going to do that? And I said, okay, tell him. So then, was it before or after? I think it was before Seth came out. I mean, Cody came out. I can't remember. They showed that family tree. First person's name I saw was Jacob Fatu. I was like, okay. Then I was like, I think that's only the people that wrestle. I was like, I don't even think that it includes like everybody for real. And I was like, even if that's only just a family that wrestles, that's a big tree, okay? And then, so I was looking at that. Cody came out. I didn't even recognize his voice because it was so deep at first. And I was like, who is that? So then Cody comes out. And Cody's like, how dare y'all, this, that, and the third. And he was like, he chooses Roman. And Roman, did Roman drop his mic? Roman dropped his, I think, I was like, go over there with the number 2, something. Excuse me. Yeah, because Cody came out and said, this is some bullshit. And I said, okay. Then after he said he chooses him, and then he said, I'm the one who, you weren't there when I threw everyone, I'm the last person, and stuff in the background. I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, basically, I've been trying to tell y'all that. So then, after that, I think Roman picked up the phone, thing was like, you're irrelevant, something. He said, you, just like your daddy are irrelevant. I said, not your daddy. Then he turned around, I said, that's when I clutched my pearls, like, oh, okay. And then, when you notice when that part comes up, you see Nick Pierce and Triple H coming out. I said, okay, something about to happen, because why they just come out the back like that? So then he was like, oh, okay, like, you know how on White Chicks when they were like, you want to talk about mothers, like that. So when he was like, oh, you want to talk about families? I said, okay. He said, how is Jay? I said, ooh. Then he was like, you're basically just a meal ticket. He was like, you don't care about your family. You use them as your lackeys. He said, you're always fighting over who's head of the table. He said, well, none of y'all ain't been there cooking or something like that He was like, I said, okay, y'all basically just show up for the meals. Okay? So ain't help grow not one vegetable, ain't help cook not one dish. Y'all just sitting there. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, your grandfather be ashamed of you. Your grandfather be ashamed. That's when The Rock comes on. You talking about his family, you talking about mine, talking about his blood, you talking about mine. Whatever come up and slaps him. I said, oh, hell. So then, soon as the slap hit, here come Cody coming up. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Because if you watch Raw, when Drew had butted Seth, Cody came up and helped him. And I was like, I'd never see the day. This is what I tweeted. I said, I'd never thought I'd see the day when Cody came to Seth's rescue. And I never thought I'd see the day when Jay would team up with New Day. Like, New Day came out to help him when he was getting jumped by Imperium. Like, I never thought, especially with, now I told y'all before, my son was like hooked on the Usos. So like every single clip that we could find on YouTube in the past 2 years, I've seen the Hell in a Cell match with them versus New Day about 4 times. Okay. I've seen the rivalry over a time period or whatever. And I was like, and the only time like I think New Day and Usos kind of teamed up was Jimmy and Big E in a tag team match. And they lost. I forgot what year that was. I think it was 2017. Something like that. But I'm like, I never thought. So the fact that Seth came to help Cody, I was like, oh, okay. So then when all that transpired, he was like, you're not about to talk about my family. So then they got Cody off. So then Seth come out and was like, this is some bullshit. You can't do whatever you want to do because you on the board. And he was like, that's not how it works. He said, that's not how it works. Something. And this is why I say, and then all that whole time, Roman's going, this is my family. This is my title. This is my, and I said, this is why it couldn't have been The Rock versus Roman. And I said this in tweet. I said, because Roman is leaving such a good legacy with the bloodline, yes. Okay? We all established that. But his promo still ain't hitting, really, for real. And if he was to do it against The Rock, even if The Rock was to take it up easy on him, his cousin would embarrass him. Like, you barely, outside of the cosplay thing with LA Knight, that was good. Like, a lot of your promos, I don't think he really had to talk too much because, because of his stature right now. But like, I was watching some old clip my son showed me, and he was going against John Cena, and John Cena was like, it's called a promo, kid. Like, you gotta get used to doing one or something like that. And I think Roman got upset and called him a bitch. And I was like, yeah, The Rock will eat you alive just on a mic. Okay? There's only a few people I said that could do that currently. But The Rock is a legend, one of those legends that could do that. And so when that happens, what had me dying laughing was they go back to the commentary table. Pat is still looking back like, what is going on? He was like, they was having the whole conversation. Pat the only one back here like this. So then, of course, Cole's PC, like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's very exciting. CM going to keep it real. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He said, Cody too diplomatic. All this, I pick you, Valentine's Day. Somebody need to punch somebody in the mouth, okay? He's like, it's too many. When I came back, there was a lot of man buns, a lot of this, that, and third. Then he was basically talking about how Seth got whatever. He was like, he don't feel no love lost. He said on publicly he hate him on TV or whatever. And then, so Big E talking about some, this is exciting. He was like, and Rock is on the board, so we don't know how that's going to go. And then someone was like, so, I guess everything happens except for HR, except for, sports entertainment. People was like, okay, yeah, probably. And then, he was like, it looks like it's going to be a tag. Then he stopped and I guess looked at whoever and was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I was like, yeah, he caught himself. And then, Pat was still looking. Then he was like, he said, Rock slapped him right in the mouth. Like, right in the mouth. I don't know what's going to happen. I just can't wait. This is just a great promo. I don't know. So I'm like, Pat, you're not supposed to say that on TV. Like, it's still little kids watching. Like, we know what it is, the grown-ups, but the kids don't know. They don't know that this is a promo. Like, if they see certain people out in the open, Rock or whoever, or Drew or Shinsuke or whatever, they'll probably act how towards, like, embrace them basically how they are in the ring. Just like how, growing up, we used to watch certain TV shows or watch, my grandma watched soaps or something. I'm like, you see something, like, not Reba and what you call it, God, like, not that, okay? But, yeah, so I was just like, it was very, very interesting because my instant thought was, it's going to be Seth and Cody versus Roman and Rock, winner takes all. That was my instant tag team. I heard someone was like triple threat match, Roman, Rock, and Cody, but I was like, the only way for that to come is for the for the Rock play double advocate. Like, okay, he was on Roman's side and then something happened, went awry, and now he not cool with Cody because what he said, but he not dealing with Roman either. And then I'm about to get some money in my hand at you. And this one was like Cody and Rock at Perth. I was like, I didn't even think of that. And then another idea was like Cody having two matches that night. One, the first match, him and Rock on the first night. And then the next night would be Roman and Cody. But this is the thing. I don't think find that to be true. It'd be nice. The only reason why I don't find that to be true is because depending on the level of brutality on each match, that'll be hard for Kobe to come back from. But then again, he wrestled with a tore pec, so I don't know. And it was like, this just leaves Seth out in the open. I don't think so. I think The Rock was supposed to have his main match with Roman last year because I think he either was filming a movie or he was recovering from like an injury or something. He didn't get to do it. So this year he's coming for WrestleMania. He's going to fight Roman. I just don't know what incapacity, if something's going to happen between now and WrestleMania where Cody ends up in a triple threat with Seth and whoever wins the Elimination Chamber. Like, I don't know if it's going to be the triple threat. Makes the most sense, but that in the tag team I thought of made the most sense, kind of. A triple threat is still like, how would they play that? But you never know. So then Smackdown comes on. I missed the first 12 minutes. I had to go on YouTube and watch it. Shout out to social media that posts up on YouTube after certain stuff goes off on SmackDown, and shout out to production that probably, that does all the special effects and all of that. Y'all know I love production. So first of all, I didn't even know Triple H come out looking like a cat daddy. No tie, shirt unbuttoned. Come on, make his announcements. Then Nick and Pierce. Then I noticed when he was talking, he had bead bracelets. I was like, I wonder if those are like stress beads, if they're like energy beads, help with stress or give him like a certain type of energy, or if they're like bracelets that like his daughters made him or whatever. But then he was basically doing his promo to Rock, talking about something. I don't care. You smell what I'm cooking. Da 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 da. My mind instantly went to, if it is Roman versus Cody, Rock's gonna be ringside. This is gonna bring my man Paul out of retirement for a night, and he's ringside along with Cody. And if something pop off, the game is coming out and going to pedigree The Rock, like the beef. Because when he was talking to, what's homegirl name behind the scenes after the thing, and then Rock said something to Triple H, and Triple H was like, I got it. And he made a face, and I said, that's that face that used to give Rock like 97, 98, like, we cool, we pierce, but all right, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna do what I do. Like that, like back in the Attitude Era. So I was like, okay. So then after that, it was Drew versus AJ Styles. Production, okay? It's like I get excited every time. And it be the same effects, but it's just so rewarding. I'm sad because Smackdown was in Charlotte tonight. Last time I've been in Charlotte was October 2022. I told y'all my experience wasn't good there that time. But this time it's first another brand. Second of all, it's Road to WrestleMania. And my son didn't know if he wanted to go to SmackDown or Raw in Raleigh. So I told him to SmackDown yesterday. He was like, oh man. I was like, it's too late. I gotta work. So, yeah, so ended up not going, but watching it on TV. It kind of sucks because I was like, it would come full circle if I got to go out there and see Bianca wrestle, because when she came for Raw, we left and went back to the hotel room. My son wasn't feeling good. He was tired. And then come to find out, later on he had RSV. Like, he was tired. And then when he woke up in the middle of the night, he had a fever. Random. Like, he was fine the whole time at Raw until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So as soon as we got back to the hotel, she was fighting Bayley. And I was like, dang, I want to see her in person. I got to see her at Smackdown in July in Raleigh, but I don't think she fought. Did she fight? She did fight. She did. I think because Charlotte had bought a ticket that time to watch her fight, because the week before Bianca bought a ticket to watch Charlotte fight. She did fight. She did. I had to reevaluate my life, but yeah, but that would have been full circle, and to give Charlotte, like, because I'm like, Charlotte, I know y'all hyper than that, okay? I've been out there to see our double A party. I know y'all could get down, okay? I don't know what it was that night. I think the storyline was a little dull or whatever, but so much better. So much better. Yeah, and then AJ came out. He did his things. He don't put his hands up no more. So I said, oh, he's still heel too, kind of. So I don't know if he's a heel or not, but I'm assuming he's a heel. Okay, so I'm like, two heels fighting. AJ gets slammed into the timekeeper's table. Homeboy got to move. Is that the timekeeper? I can't remember if it was the timekeeper or if it was Mike, to be honest. And then come look again. They wrestle. Drew ended up. Did he end up? Ooh, I forgot where he ended up because my brain is like, now it's like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. But then LA Knight came out. So I'm like, why is he out here? I don't know if it's to observe the competition of who he might have to face in Elimination Chamber if he wins, or it's because him and AJ got a slight beef. But like, why did you come out there? So then when Drew slams AJ into over there by LA, he falls. I think LA tried to help him up. I think he like slaps his hand or he falls on him again or something like that. Gets up to nothing. AJ had Drew for a second. LA comes up to the referee. The ref stops and is like, hey, you can't do this. You can't, whatever. And that causes her to take her eyes off of AJ. So then, Drew slaps AJ with a claymore. And that was it. And I was like, AJ, poor AJ. I said, now, when LA's turn to fight, I said, AJ probably going to sabotage that match. And he got every right to. Got every right to. Like, because that was crazy. Then it was in honor of Black History and March being Women's History Month, Michin versus Bianca Belair. And y'all need to stop coming for my girl. Oh, speaking of the press conference, someone else was like, and all y'all asses need to apologize to Ava. I said, right, because y'all had Simone daggone deactivate her Twitter or X because y'all sending death threats because y'all are so entitled that y'all didn't want her dad to be in WrestleMania. And then I was like, I bet all them "we want Cody" hashtags don't went away. Because they gave y'all everything y'all wanted to see and ain't tell y'all nothing. It satisfies you enough. Because what? Like, y'all made the girl, I said she probably a little traumatized, upset, or whatever. I was like, yes, that's his daughter. This ain't got nothing to do with her. She's in Florida doing what she do. She not in Vegas. She not telling him, okay, Dad, yeah, I want you to go to WrestleMania. And she don't make that kind of decision. Like, y'all tried it. And then what made it so bad is y'all did it to other superstars under their posts. Under their posts on Instagram and on X. Like, cause I think I follow Trinity, and she had put up something, I think a drawing of a fan did of her or something. And people on there, yeah, but we don't want the rock. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with what she put up. Like, what do y'all be doing? Like, what is y'all doing? And then y'all got even superstars. Like, I don't know if Triple H did the okay, or if he's not as uptight with like y'all interacting with other superstars from other brands, or like commenting and stuff like the hashtag "we want Cody" or "we want Rock," because some of the superstars were actually doing that. So I'm guessing it was okay. But y'all was like, y'all have people slip down the middle. I ain't put up nothing. I don't care. I'm a fan of all three. But I'm like, it's the fact that, like I've said before, Cody's only been back a year. He came back last Rumble. Came in number 30 last year. The odds of winning coming in 30 are higher. Because you're the new person in, have a whole bunch of energy, ain't been slammed around in the ring like that. And then automatically goes to WrestleMania. Y'all don't think, and it could have been someone else. Or if The Rock wasn't injured, it could have been The Rock and them last year. Which y'all have asked for years and years and years. Because I remember watching Hobbs and Shaw interview, and they said something about, one of the interviews like, what about you versus Roman? And Rock was like, he's not big enough yet. And this is before the pandemic. So this had to be about, at least 6 years ago. He said, he's not big enough yet. He said, when he becomes a big enough star, then I will come and we can make it happen. It's happening. Got an attitude. Talking about, oh, he don't deserve it. This, that, and the third. But Cody could come in, automatically win WrestleMania, automatically go to, Roman Rumble automatically go to WrestleMania. And y'all thought he deserved it? Like, and I like Cody. Cody's a good dude. He's genuinely nice inside and outside of the ring. But like, it didn't make sense. And if both of them have signed long-term contracts with the WWE and both of them are top cards, they're going to get their matches regardless. Like, if Cody don't get this match at WrestleMania, he was definitely going to get it next year. Like, y'all be tripping for no reason. Like, the death threats, those was out of control. Like, the kids don't even act like that. My son was excited either way. He just, like, the kids be like, oh, like, what The Rock said, Cody crybabies, that's exactly what y'all are. Y'all tweeting. And then some girl gonna put something up on my things on my son. Yeah, it's nice. Girl, get off my post. I said what I said. She ain't replying back. Like, you have the right to post your opinion on X. I do too. And I said what I said. I'm not changing up nothing what I said because you feel a certain type of way. Because you thought Cody wasn't going to be in WrestleMania. Like, get out of my face. Okay? So then after that, it was, Bianca Michin. I said Black History Month, Women's History Month. And y'all need to stop coming for my girl every February. She got to prove that she's black. Every year, like she posts up she posts up and like Happy Black History Month, and it's people under her page. I'm like, you not black. No, 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 no. First of all, it's 2024. Back about 10 years ago, they said 1 out of every 5 families are mixed. Okay, different races, different cultures, whatever. So now, 10 years later, I think it's probably 25%. 1 out of 4, every 4 families. She can be, just because she look Asian don't mean she not mixed. I had a boss, legit. His name was William Wong Lopez. The man was Hispanic and Chinese. I don't even know how that came to be, honestly. And I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying when he told us his story, his mom only spoke Spanish and his dad only spoke Mandarin. So I was like, how did they communicate to even be together? That was my thing. It wasn't the fact that they was 2 different races. It was like, that was a hell of a hurdle to jump over. Like, they must have really liked each other. Really liked each other. Because my one co-worker, she was like, her husband learned Spanish just to talk to her. I said, okay, he better. I said, he okay. He wanted to be with you for real. You know how hard it is to learn a language. But like, and then she had to put a picture up of like her dad and her mom. And I was like, if she's black, I said, first of all, she from the area, okay? She from the DMV. That's all I got to say about that. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm from there. We grew up multicultural. Like I said, growing up, I've never experienced culture shock until I moved to North Carolina. Never in my life. Like, we all sit together, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Native American. We all friends with each other. We played with each other. It wasn't segregated. When I literally moved down here in the middle of my high school years, before I moved out and left, I hated it so bad. It was literally culture shock. It was like people, like what you see in the movies, like the Jobs, the Goths, the skater people, the band people, the rich white people, the rich black people, the poor white people, the poor black people, the ESL kids. Like, and I got and walked in the cafeteria, was like, oh, this is for real. Because I only saw it on like movies from like the 60s and 70s. And I was like, oh, they still like this. Because I was like, where I'm from, we sit wherever. Mixed families, families same race, whatever, like, is normal. So like, that's why I'm so big on, like, I love when WWE shows different cultures, because that's what I grew up around. And now, I talk to love people, treat people how you want to be treated, regardless of what they look like, where they come from, how much money they got, regardless. But also, it's like, I'm big on it also too, because I'm like, it's baffling in today's time that people are still like surprised or anything about any culture, and it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. So I'm like, really, in 2024? And I'm like, first of all, how you gonna tell her she not black? Like, were you there when her mom and dad conceived her? Like, that what the hell do y'all just be saying stuff just to say stuff? But that match that's the main match I was waiting for. I wanted my girl Michin to win, and only because she done lost last 2 weeks. Okay, first of all. Second of all, I love Bianca down. That's my girl. Everybody know that is my girl. Okay, love her down. And she is a mega superstar. But I just wanted to see what it would have been like for Michin to be and go to the Elimination Chamber. I thought she had her with that superplex. When she got KOD'd, I was like, oh no. But it was a good match. Bianca looks good in red. That red, she looked really, really good. And I love Michin's wigs. I don't know who do her wigs, but I need to know who do her wigs. Because the one she wore the other week that had the gray in it, listen, that wig was everything, okay? But, yeah, that was the match I was most anticipating. Like, I couldn't wait for that match. That could have been the first match, opening match, or the closing match. I didn't know Randy was wrestling today, so they came. Then the production came out with her kisses and stuff. I don't know if Michin has graphics, but if not, girl, you need to get some, girl. Okay, get some so production can put some out when your name get called. Okay, so I can be like, yes, she finally got some. Then first of all, then Pretty Deadly come out and got a promo. I laughed so hard. How come every time one of them get injured, they got these weird promos, and they are hilarious. Cause when Elton John, is that his name? Elton Prince. Sorry, I'm thinking about the artist. When Elton Prince got injured, my man's was in a wheelchair, and I was like, he hurt his arm. Like, so when Homeboy, they showed his promo and his hands were saved up, I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? I was like, they are comic gold, okay? And then I saw the promo of Braun coming talking to Triple H about advice and him having a suit on. First of all, I don't know. I don't know if I like the suit or not. And not just on him. I'm just saying in general because it's Carolina Blue and I'm not a UNC fan. I'm Duke down. Okay? If it's basketball, it's Duke or University of Maryland. That's it. Like, I think it was the color of the suit. He looks nice in one, but he looks like he doesn't wear one often. Like I've said in previous videos, you could tell if someone wears one often or someone that wears one every once in a while. You can tell in their demeanor when they wear a suit, how they look when the suit is on, all of that. Yeah. So then Paul comes out and was like, he was like, I'll talk to you next week. He's like, with Roman, like in the Rock. I was like, oh. And I feel like Salt Lake City is another place where Roman goes often. Like he's been to Wisconsin twice, 2 or 3 times. Every time he comes, and he's been in Salt Lake City, I think like 2 or 3 times. Like them 2 are his spots. I don't think I ever seen him on the East Coast outside of him coming to DC last year when I was at that show. Yeah, I don't think so. L, you got, yeah, so yeah. And then the promo with Bobby Lashley talking about him going to Elimination Chamber. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go. And I was like, ooh. I think he was in that last year, too. He was in it last year. That was a good one. But honestly, with Bobby, I could see either one. I could see him in the Elimination Chamber. Again, I could see that. Because I've been wanting him to wrestle more. I honestly do. But I also could see an 8-way mixed tag team match with him, Street Profits, and B-Fab versus Karrion, Arthurs of Pain, and Scarlett. Like, let that girl wrestle. Her and Karrion, I think, met. Both of them was wrestling. Like, let her wrestle. She know how to wrestle. She might be a little rusty, but put her back in the ring. Shoot, y'all did it with Maxine. Like, she been causing havoc on people since I've been watching her. Okay? And I think he got rehired back at WWE around the time I started watching. Put her in the ring. Let her either get beat up or show her skills off and let her beat me. No, Elimination. No, that's Black History Month. Let her get beat up. But I don't know, like And then the promo with Logan Paul, he's talking about I'm in and Pierce looking and Nick was looking. And then he was like, this is for people. I'm already made it. He was like, but I'll go because then I could be a double champ person. He was like, who you gonna face? And he was like, the superstar. Adam was like, ooh, it's Friday. I'm gonna let you say it. And he was like, the must-see superstar. And my brain automatically went to LA Knight because I'm always hearing the mega superstar. And he said, The Miz. He was like, The Miz. And I was like, when they showed the 12 men that was qualifying for the match, though, I honestly thought, this is how slow I was, that the men's Elimination Chamber was going to have 2 men start out and then the five things, and have 2 men in each one of those. So if the 2 men that's in the box are fighting wild until they never get called, that's on them. Well, they can stand there. But I thought we were literally going to be 12 men in Elimination Chamber. And I was like, oh, they're having qualified matches. But we don't know who until like today. Today was at random. Because I was like, okay, maybe it's up and down like that. And then a lot of the men that were on there, I was like, oh, I mentioned that I like them, like Ivar, Bronson, and Bobby, and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see who the other 4 men are, because we know 2 of them, just like we know it's Becky and Bianca, but we don't know the other 4 women. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think that's all the promos. No, so then he said Dom had came out and did his thing talking about what he wanted to, and Dom has gotten better looking the past year and a half. I don't know if it's because his hair's grew out. I don't know if it's that mixed in with the teeth and the smile. I don't know if it's just like his face and stuff maturing as he's getting older. But he said, who I have to fight? And KO came out, and I was like, yes, I can't wait. And then R-Truth comes out and goes, Miz, what you doing on SmackDown? You supposed to be on Raw. He said, don't let Nick find you. And KO, his dry humor was like, Nick Mysterio. And he was like, no, Nick Aldis. And people, we want you. We want you. And then he walks away and Kevin just smirks. And I was like, yes. I was like, I knew they was going to show R-Truth because we're in Charlotte. Okay? That's where he's from. But I was like, please give the people a dark match with R-Truth in it. Or if he doesn't do a dark match, please let him come out and say something before or after the show starts. Not just what we saw on the screen, but for the crowd that's there paying. Like, let them say something. Because I know when they came to Charlotte last time, it was it? No, I didn't see that match. I might say it was Sonya and Charlotte, but that was in DC. Yeah. So, yeah, because Charlotte wasn't back yet when they came to Charlotte, when I saw them. So, after that, it was, the second match I was ready to see was Pete and Tyler versus DIY. Very good match. Both equally know, everybody knows everybody, you know. It was like, they have a lot of history here, which is true. Tyler Bates did the swing thing. I don't know how he does that and not get dizzy. Like, and he had both of them. He had Chaimpa and Gargano doing that. And then I think Chaimpa was in the corner. I think Chaimpa almost had Tyler Bates pinned. Now I'm getting real tired because I don't remember nothing. And then, one of them was in the corner. Pete come and do the finger thing. I'm like, I've been saying it for 2 years almost. I gotta learn how to do that. I gotta Google, like, how do you do that? They come out and they win. I'm like, yes. So now they gotta face Judgment Day. But is that Monday they face them, or is that Elimination Chamber they face them? Okay? And my thing is, if they lose, I feel like they might lose. But what's her name only got 3? 3.5 months to cash in his Money in the Bank contract, because it'll be almost a year. And that seemed like, at first it was like, that's a long time, but it's almost been a year, and he tried to cash it in, but can't cash it in, ain't cashing it in. Iyo done cash it in. She about to get a whole main event situation, or she about to be a WrestleMania. I'll say that. She gonna get a whole main event thing. They have 2 main events every night. It's gonna be the women's, and then whoever fights Seth, and then the other woman's one, and then whoever fights Roman. So if we do big, the second night will be the female Roman Reigns, Rhea, and whoever she fights, versus Roman Reigns and Cody. And then this first one will be Iyo and Bayley, which would be real hype because they call it Bayley Mania. And then Seth and whoever. So, yeah. So then Sami comes earlier, was talking about how he had to fight Roman because I guess them two were qualifying. And I said, ooh, Sami. So then when he comes out, his music plays, everybody's, let's go. Da, 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 da. I think, honestly, he might have had a bigger pop when he came out than Randy. I can't remember. In production, when they had Pete and Tyler came out, and it was like, we'll be back after this, they freeze framed it and then showed it, and then they came back on, it was like, one last match. I said, they showing out, okay? They've been showing out the last 4 weeks. Then and then they had on a commercial, because I had tweeted, I was like, it'd be nice to see Imperium versus New Day and Jay. And then it's like, this Monday, Imperium versus 6-man tag. I said, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? I can't wait for that match. Then I gotta watch NXT and see what Melo say and all that other stuff. But so Roman comes out, they show the Viper. It startled me because I was down tweeting. I looked, I was like, what the? But, he doing that thing. And then I was like, excuse me. I love how much reception Sami gets from the crowd, even today. Like, I know people probably loved him before, but his fame has grown bigger after the whole situation with the Bloodline. And I was like, whoever's in a long-term story with the Bloodline, I feel like whether you're beefing with them or you're in the group like Sami was, it helps build your portfolio and stuff with the crowd. Because I'm like, people might love them before, but then they loved him in the Bloodline. And it was like, and they really loved him when he put the chair to Roman's back. And then he might have lost the Elimination Chamber, but then when he won tag team titles with KO at WrestleMania, like, big thing. People been riding with Sami since. Like, when he came out number 30, like, I was excited. So I thought he was going to do it. Randy tried to put him through the table. He countered. Then he put Randy on the table. Randy's back was hurting. Then they got into the ring. I think he tried to do, or he did vintage Orton on him. Still didn't pin him. Okay. Sami was fighting for his life. Then he did a superplex. It says homage to his dad. Both of their back was hurt. And I was like, ooh, he was holding on to his back even after the match. And then Sami had Blue Thunder bombed him. I was like, I don't know if that's going to do it, Sami. You might got to do a haluva kick. As soon as I said that, Randy RKO'd him. And then that was it. He pinned it. And I was like, oh, poor Sami. Because I was like, wouldn't it be nice if he win and then KO wins and then they have to face each other in Elimination Chamber? But I don't think they're ready for that storyline again. Or they probably like, we've done it a million times. Whatever. We'll hold off on that right now. But then Drew comes up and stands face to face with Randy. And I think that's it. But somebody had put up was like, the WWE machine is like cooking. It was like they got the certain storylines that people invested in. It was like the Damage Control one. It was like maybe Triple H versus The Rock. It was like Cody, Seth, Roman, and The Rock. Carmelo versus Trick with Dragunov. Who else did it say? I think it was somebody else. Oh, and it was like Rhea versus Becky. And it was like, this is just to name a few. And I said, oh yeah, I said, we also got Imperium versus the New Day. And Jay, I said, you got Bobby Street Profits, B-Fab versus Arthur's of Pain, Karrion and Scarlett. You got Shinsuke being crazy and a menace. Oh, it also said Joe Gacy being insane and Dijak being something like crazy or something like that. On Vengeance or something like that. And I was like, and you got them, and you got them. And then I was like, and then you got, I said Imperium, I said Shinsuke, I said Bobby Lashley and them. And I was like, and then you might also could say, oh, I said Roxanne Perez versus the women's division, especially Lyra and Tatum. And I was like, also, you got, maybe you might could say Legado de Fantasma versus LWO. Like, it's so many storylines that going on right now. It's like Triple H doing his thing, okay? Because this is why I say this. A couple years ago, even 10 years ago, you might have had a storyline with a couple of them, but then some of them would just wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Just because. But storytelling and stuff like this hasn't been as good since storytelling probably came out when storytelling first came out for wrestling, and it hasn't been this good since the Attitude Era. People's like, everybody always asks, do you feel like this is the best era? This, that, and the third. What do you think? People compare it to the Attitude Era being better. This is my opinion. And I watched the Attitude Era live, okay? This might be better than the Attitude Era. And I said this before. Seth was more PG. Attitude Era was cool. If we look back, it was kind of out of control with some of the matches, especially for the women. Like, the degrading and all that. Like, I can't get with that. But as far as like you getting superstars out of this, as far as how they talk about the stars in the background collaboratively helping each other with certain stuff, like I think Bianca has said in the post like before that some of the girls helped sew her gear together, and somebody helped like with her braid, and then like Tamina helped find Dakota and the Usos and Romans I forgot what's called Leia, I'm not saying it right, for their main event matches. And then like the K-Fob situation, like some of them bounce ideas off of each other, they collaborate each other, or they'll be like, hey, it's like a family. Versus back in the day, you might have had, okay, if I help them with this, I might not be able to do this. All, everybody for themselves. Also, at the press conference, he announced, okay, you got a $5 billion thing with Netflix. I'm excited about I got Netflix. I ain't got to get cable. Okay. NXT is going to CW starting, is it October? Which is cool. Because I have to watch it on Wednesday on Hulu, just like I have to watch it on Tuesday Raw on Hulu because I don't have cable. I got all the streaming services, HBO Max, Netflix, Peacock, Disney, Hulu, I think. Yeah, them the 5 I got. So I'm excited, and I got regular TV. So CW, I'm cool. I'm excited about that. Excited about Raw. But then when they said we teamed up with X, and we doing 5-minute matches, so I said, so what the hell that mean? Do that mean it's gonna be regular matches, and they speed them up like a fast forward type situation? Is it gonna be like dark matches that they have before and after SmackDown and Raw? Or is it going to be like the matches they have at house shows that they have on Saturdays and Sundays. Like, how are we doing that? And do you have to subscribe to something? Because I hope not. I hope not. Because I'm not subscribing to nothing else. I promise I'm not. That's why I didn't get cable. Because I was like, this is stupid for me to get cable for $40 for one channel. Maybe two. Maybe two channels. Because it'll be USA. And it'll be TBS. Because then I can watch AEWs. But I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll just wait. Because it makes no sense. But I'm curious about them 5-minute matches. Because that threw me off for a sec. Which you can still get a good match in 5 minutes. Because if you have like on Smackdown, you're like, okay, we're running behind this. We need a good match. Give us all you can in 5 minutes. And that's happened. And you lose track of time. You're like, wow, that was a good match. But like, how often and what are these matches from? That's what I want to know. Anyways, I know it's midnight, 12:23. It's time for me to get off of here. My son don't have basketball, thank God. It's raining right now, so that's setting the ambiance. I'm ready to go to bed. I've been ready to go to bed. It's no pay-per-views this weekend. Nope. Just basketball on TV. Super Bowl weekend. So, yeah. I'm going to go tomorrow watch the first 2 episodes of Abbott's Elementary because I ain't watched that. Try to catch up with these Netflix shows I've been behind watching. I ain't watched season 2 of Lincoln Lawyer. Haven't watched season 6 of Cobra Kai. That's been out a year and a half ago. Haven't watched season 4 of Steel Magnolias. I'm behind on Kim's Inconvenience, or is it Inconvenience? Something like that. About her store. Season 6 of Young Sheldon. Never have I ever. I heard to watch that. That's a show my niece and I watch. It's certain shows I watch with certain family members. So, and my sister watches Married to Medicine and Housewives. She wants me to watch it. We can talk about it. My niece watches certain shows. I done caught up with all of Emily in Paris. My son and I have to watch Bounty Hunter season 2. We watched that. Matt Singer and wrestling. Me and my other nieces used to watch Ladybug and Cat Noir. I gotta finish watching that, so when they come over tomorrow and stay the night in my house, we have something to talk about outside of like, what are you doing in school? And then I think that's it. My sister watches like cop shows or like Zeus Network, and I don't watch either one of those. So she'll watch 85 South, stuff like that. I might watch every once in a while. She'll watch comedy specials, and I'll watch those, but that's it. And then my brother is video games and sports. He might watch. Nope, it's video games and sports. He had me watching Weeds for a while when that first came out. That's a good show. I honestly gotta watch that. I binged and watched all of Love and WWE the first day, and I'm just behind on shows because outside of working, if I'm not watching wrestling, I'm literally on my phone. I'm addicted to this game on my phone. I downloaded, or I'm reading, or I'm asleep, spending time with my son, basketball practice. So I don't have time, and I don't want to have time. Oh, and then I'm watching like Batman movies and animated movies and shows because my cousin and I watch this stuff for like Comic-Con and all that. So yeah, a lot of TV to catch up on. I hope you guys have a great week. If you didn't have one this week, just remember that at least you woke up. Some people didn't even get to wake up. If you're grieving, I'm sorry for your loss. If you really recently celebrated something and you had to do it by yourself, or you was excited about some news and no one told you, congratulations. You're proud of you. You should be proud of you. You got to where you wanted to get to. Just keep being great. you know. And good things come to people that are persistent, that are nice, and that work hard, because you never know who you encounter that can help you later on in life. Never try to burn a bridge. Don't be nasty to people, because people don't forget that. People might not always remember that you were nice to them, but they'll never forget that you were mean to them. Okay? Anyways, love you all. Bye.